My name is Olafur Eliasson. I'm an artist based in Berlin. I'm from Iceland and Denmark. And now we are here in London at the Tate Modern, where I have an exhibition called In Real Life. The exhibition has works spanning 27 years since I was a student until today. One old work is called Moss Wall. Moss Wall is essentially a green wall. It's a proposal back then. Well, maybe architecture could be more green. And we know today that green skyscrapers is not so unusual anymore. So that's kind of funny to see how our old work was quite unusual, but today it's not so special. But if you look at it from 96 or 94, then it's sort of nice. Another piece in the show is a piece called Beauty. It's made with drizzling water and a spotlight so that a rainbow appears. It's exciting that if you are in the room and I'm in the room, due to the angle of the eye, the drop and the lamp, we see two different rainbows. So I often used Beauty as an example of a piece which is highly individual and also addresses collectivity. I have worked with a lot of spatial experiments, and one of them is in the show here called Your Spiral View. And what you experience in this tunnel is a kaleidoscopic vision. I think we can reconsider the way we use our eyes and what we take for granted, that every floor is flat, every wall is 90 degrees to the floor and the ceiling is above that 90 degrees. Maybe that is a construction. Maybe that's not how it should be. Maybe reality is relative. There's one room in the show which appears to be empty. But once you walk in there, you realize that there is a shadow on the wall. The uncertain shadow. The people in the room are in fact the producer of content. But it's very important to hand the narrative or the authority of art to the visitor. Another work is called Your Blind Passenger. It's a 40-meter long tunnel full of fog. It's not dark because it's illuminated, but because it's full of fog, you can't see anything. But it turns out you are capable of navigating. You find a compass, so to speak. This is where cultural institutions provide for situations where you can take your defense down and do things which otherwise might be challenging. Safe spaces are, I think, incredibly important. And to make people go through a tunnel where they cannot see anything, I think shows us they trust this to be a safe space. One of the things that I have on show here as well is a project that is going on well beyond the Tate Modern. It's a project about sustainable energy. See now, this is a solar panel. On the other side there is an LED. And inside there's a rechargeable batteries. We sell it online. We sell it here at the Tate Modern, for instance, also in the store. The proceeds of that are used to send lamps in places where there's no access to energy around the world. This is actually about the 1.2 billion people living in the world today without access to energy, who use petroleum, kerosene, paraffin, or candles and all of that. So we have now delivered 830,000. We are going to push for 1 million this summer. That's a lot of money not going into petroleum. 1 million lanterns like this, which instead of being in kerosene and petroleum, actually is now in solar. Outside of the Tate, there's a waterfall. The idea is nature constructed. Is nature real? Is it fake? Does nature exist? Now we have what we call the Anthropocene, which is there is no nature. Nature is now humanized. So the waterfall, I think, is very much about, well, here's a discussion space. And a lot of the works and the waterfall for me is about that, to ask yourself questions, which is about not where we come from, but where are we actually going to go. When one leaves an exhibition like mine, I hope that it is not as if you had stepped into some kind of dream machine and you walk back out into reality. I really hope that you step closer to reality, you see things in higher granularity. I do think that culture and art can ask questions and can entice you and inspire you to evaluate things in a greater perspective. To come out saying, well, I'm an artist too. I went in and I produced my own reality. Reality is relative. I can change things.